If you're shooting a Canon APS-C camera like the R7, R10, or R100, then you're in luck because, in my opinion, Canon has the best lineup of lenses for underwater shooters today. The DLM housing system supports dozens of lenses, but let's break these down to the few that are the best for underwater photo and video. So most of the Canon APS-C sensors do not have in-body image stabilization. So if you're shooting video underwater, you'll want to choose an RF series lens that has image stabilization built in, and any of these lenses will fit that bill. This 18 to 45 millimeter is Canon's standard kit lens with most camera systems, including the popular R100 and R10 models. I think it's a really great zoom range to start out with underwater. It's wide enough to shoot photos of your buddy or sharks or turtles, and then you can zoom in to shoot smaller things like eels and spotted drums. One thing that's so important to keep in mind with macro subjects is that a mirrorless camera with an APS-C size sensor gives you plenty of flexibility to crop your image in post-production. So when you're comparing it to a smaller camera like an OMTG7 or even a Sony RX100 Mark VII, you'll be capturing more detail at a higher resolution, and you can easily blow up even the smallest subject to fill the frame after the fact. Now, if you want a little upgrade from this, then there's the RF 15 to 30 millimeter lens. It's going to be a little larger and doesn't support rear loading into the housing. You'll have to install the camera body and then attach the lens through the front of the housing. I do like that it's super sharp. I feel like its focus is a little bit quicker and better overall compared to the kit lens. The build quality also seems a bit more sturdy, which does come with some extra length and weight. The best thing about this lens is that it carries forward to a full frame system if you ever choose to upgrade to an R5 or R6 camera body. The lens retails at $550 in the US and often pops up on Canon's instant savings promotions for $100 off. I find underwater wide angle is perhaps the most challenging, but also the most rewarding type of underwater photography. 15 or 18 millimeters is plenty wide for most situations, but if you're shooting wrecks or large reefscapes or kelp forests or really big animals like whale sharks, then you'll want a little wider a view on your Canon APS-C sensor. And for this, I absolutely love the RF-S 10 to 18 millimeter lens. It's so compact and affordable, and it works with the same dome port and zoom gear as this 18 to 45. Now, typically rectilinear lenses have corner sharpness issues, but Doug Klug has shown that this holds its own compared to even the best fisheye lenses. And it's the most affordable wide-angle option underwater at only $329 US. On the other end of the spectrum is a dedicated macro lens. This type of photography can be addictive underwater because once you learn a few simple techniques and add a TTL strobe system, you can really pull out some stunning images. For macro photography on a Canon APS-C camera, I think it's hard to beat the RF 85mm f2 lens. It has a relatively compact form factor and a super affordable price at only $600 US. I find this lens to be fast to focus, and it has a comfortable working distance. It's also a great portrait lens if you want to shoot topside some impressive shots of your kids or grandkids. Now, if you want to splurge, you could go with the RF 100mm f2.8 macro lens, which has a great magnification factor, but it's also half a pound heavier and twice the price. To me, it can be overkill, but there's no denying that it is a fantastic lens. Either way, you'll want to add a flat port to your housing, which gives you additional magnification and allows for the attachment of 67mm threaded accessory wet lenses. I find I get the best results if I focus on one end of the focal length range or the other. I prefer to choose wide angle or macro before I hit the water. This helps me really visualize my shots and perfect them. But if you really want one lens to rule them all, then the RF-S 18 to 150mm may be for you. It's quite a bit longer than the other wide-angle lenses we've been talking about, so you'll need a longer port and extension. You'll also need to attach a +4 close-up diopter to the front of the lens so that it can focus behind a dome port underwater. But it can be worth the investment. Longtime Ikelite user Matt Dowse shows that this lens is very versatile and capable of stunning macro images, and the long zoom range means that you can quickly zoom out to capture a larger scene. You can pick this lens up for $500 here in the United States. The Canon lens lineup has been playing catch-up for a few years, but it has quickly developed into the best and most affordable range of lenses for a crop sensor camera underwater today. You can find the complete DLM port chart and images taken with all of these lenses on our website, ikelite.com. For more advice, sign up for our weekly newsletter and shoot us an email to ikelite@ikelite.com. Thanks for joining me, and happy shooting!